Crypto prices took a break from their recent climb this morning, with Bitcoin trading flat, maintaining the $64,000 level as of noon Eastern. Ether dropped more than 1%, but still held on to the $3,400 level, and Solana fell more than 1.5% to $158. Okay, let's talk about the top stories. Venture capital titans and crypto backers Mark Andreessen and Ben Horowitz say they plan to donate to political action committees to support former President Trump's election bid. The two heads of Andreessen Horowitz told employees at the venture firm that they plan to make significant contributions to PACs that back Trump's campaign for president. The investors join other big names in tech who have come out in support of Trump, including Tyler and Cameron Winklevoss, who have both recently donated to America PAC. The twin crypto executives join the likes of Joe Lonsdale, co-founder of Palantir, and Elon Musk, who reportedly plans to pledge about $45 million a month to the super PAC. Last month, the Winklevoss twins donated a combined $2 million in Bitcoin to the Trump campaign, but that was partially returned after their contributions exceeded the max allowed under federal law. A source within the Trump campaign told us at the time that the portion the twins donated above the limit was refunded to them. That limit is $844,600. Next, Craig Wright, the man who claimed he invented Bitcoin, updated his website with an admission that he did not create the cryptocurrency following a court order. The legal notice, which must be displayed on his personal website for 6 months, declares that the court found that he lied extensively and repeatedly when he claimed to be Satoshi Nakamoto. The notice also says that he attempted to create a false narrative by forging documents on a grand scale, presenting them in evidence. On top of that, the notice says that Wright is not the author of the Bitcoin white paper and is not the person who created the Bitcoin system. Yesterday, Wright was referred to British prosecutors for allegedly committing perjury. Back in March, a UK judge ruled that the Australian computer scientist is not Satoshi Nakamoto as a result of a lawsuit brought forward by the Jack Dorsey-backed Crypto Open Patent Alliance to prevent him from claiming himself as Bitcoin's investor and suing Bitcoin developers. Last, spot Ether ETF inflows could push the price of Ether past $5,000, according to Bitwise. This memo from CIO Matt Hogan, published this week, argues that ETF flows could have an even bigger impact on Ethereum than they did on Bitcoin. Now, Hogan says new highs for Ether won't happen immediately, though, and warned that the first few weeks since launching could be, quote, choppy, as money might flow out of the $11 billion Grayscale Ethereum Trust after it converts to an ETF. He goes on to forecast that Ether could hit new records by the end of this year. Now, yesterday we told you that according to recent Citi research, spot Ether ETFs could see net inflows of up to $5.4 billion in the first 6 months since launching. All right, sticking with spot Ether ETFs for our main story. I spoke with EY global blockchain leader Paul Brody, whose book on Ethereum for Business was published last year, about what a potential imminent approval of these products means for the Ethereum network and the crypto industry. Last time you were on the show was back in March, and at the time, you said you were very optimistic spot Ether ETFs will get approved. About 2 months later, in May, the SEC approved a rule change that would pave the way for ETFs that buy and hold Ether. And speaking with CNBC last month, SEC Chair Gary Gensler said that spot ETFs should be fully approved sometime over the summer. And now, Reuters is reporting, citing sources, that these products will likely begin trading on Tuesday. What are you expecting, and what would the launch of these products here in the US mean for Ethereum and the crypto industry as a whole?
So I'm expecting so many good things. This is the beginning of a relatively long journey. We're in the early stages of what we think about as global regulatory convergence. Now, it's not going to be even, it's not going to go at the same pace everywhere, but what we're going to end up with is a model where around the world, investors through various mechanisms have access to, first of all, the major cryptocurrency and crypto assets in a variety of different ways, through exchanges, through ETFs, through individual wallets. Secondly, they'll have access to stable coins on blockchains. And then thirdly, they'll have access eventually, I think, to decentralized financial services, which are basically programmatic on-chain financial services powered by both cryptocurrencies and what we are calling real-world assets. That is, financial assets or physical assets that exist off-chain and are being managed on a blockchain.
So do you think the approval